Hello, Retrocore kids. This is ThatZooooooooo, and I thought I would do a profile video of sorts. Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting this, right? Yeah, you get to put a face to my name now. The face that you've known for 3 or 4 episodes of Retrocore podcast. Hey, I'm the late edition. But yeah, I thought I would do sort of like a profile video so you would get to know me more, because you only got to hear me through 4 episodes, and I'm a really kind of shy guy. I don't really talk a lot. If other people are talking, I'm more prone to just keep my mouth shut because I don't like to interrupt people. And when I'm by myself, I do tend to draw on a lot. I don't know if you watched my 4 or 5 videos I did for the Retrocore channel for Mario Party 2. But you got sort of like a taste of what I'm like when I'm by myself or solo. So yeah, hope you got good first impressions. But this is the first proper introduction I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share a bit of personal info that I would probably willingly share with anybody. I won't share specifics, like I won't give you my social security number. That's stupid. I won't give you my debit card info. And yeah, if you can't tell, I do have trouble saying S's in some words sometimes. Yeah, sorry. I don't speak the English good. Like sometimes I think I speak Spanish better than English. Yeah, but yeah, off topic. But yeah, I'll share some personal info. How I came to like video games. So I do have a story relating to that. I'll get into that there. And I'll talk about a few things, like a few of my gaming interests, like my favorite game, my favorite series, my favorite character. And at the end of the video, I'll put some contact information. But yeah. Anyway, hopefully the other Retrocore guys will follow suit and do sort of like a mini profile on them, because I'm pretty sure you don't know them outside of the podcast either. I don't know. I'm only a veteran of 4 episodes, so what do I know? I'm the new blood. But yeah, my real name is Douglas Carter. It's kind of odd hearing me say that, because I usually refer to myself as just Doug, you know, from the 90s show Doug. Doug, yeah, the 90s, yeah. I usually refer to myself as Doug or Z. I do refer to myself as just Z in real life. It's kind of weird. I usually hear my username more than my real name, because I tend to be, because of my naturally quiet self, shy self, I do tend to be quiet. Not a lot of people talk to me, or I talk a lot. I don't talk a lot either. Yeah. I'm a shy guy. Yeah. I'm 19 years old as of this recording. I was born on August 20th, 1993. See, I'm a young guy. A young guy that likes retro games? Oh! What a shocker. But yeah. I don't know, there's something about the older games that feels more better than older games, than the newer games. Just I like games. I'll play new games, old games, Japanese games, American games, racing games, shooter games, puzzle games, platforming games. I'll play everything. I'll give everything a fair shake. I'll tend to enjoy everything to an extent. I will tend to enjoy everything, even if the game's crappy. I will tend to enjoy everything. But yeah, I'm the new blood on the Retrocore podcast. I'm the youngest of the 4 people. Yeah, 19. So I'm a younger guy, I guess. I caught the tail end of the retro era. 93. So yeah, I lived through the Genesis, SNES era, SNES, and the 64, Dreamcast, PS1 era. So yeah, I completely missed the 8-bit era, pretty much. But yeah. I live in a small town in south central Pennsylvania called Waynesboro. I won't give you my specific address because that'd just be creepy. Like, if you're in the neighborhood, let me know. We could get together. But how many people are going to be going to Waynesboro, Pennsylvania for a vacation? Nobody. Because it's small town Nowheresville. I live in nowhere. I live in the middle of nowhere with my husband, Eustace Bag. No, I'm not homosexual, but actually, I like to be ambiguous. I'm not letting you on whether I'm straight or homosexual. Different matters. Not related. I'm getting off topic. But yeah, I live in a small south central PA town, Waynesboro. So it's around the Mason-Dixon, Pennsylvania, Maryland border. The thing is, though, I do live pretty close, relatively close to some more famous guys you may know. Like I live 2 hours from Philadelphia, in which you may know as the home of Cinemassacre's James Rolfe, or the AVGN, or the Continue show of Normal Boots. I also live 2 hours from Pittsburgh as well, which is also home of Mark and Classic Game Room. And I do live in relative proximity to them, so I'm in the middle of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. So if you ever go from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia, you could hit me up. Just say, no, I'm by myself here. Really. Yeah, I am by myself. I do got neighbors across the hall, but that's about it. They're older folks. So, yeah. And I do have peers around here, but I do have a strict policy of keeping internet life and real life separate entities. Although I'm more likely to go from internet life to real life than from real life to internet life. I prefer to keep them separate entities for a reason. That's my own personal thing. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's some basic info. I guess you can put a face to my name now. You got my real name. So you can call that Hitman if you get angry at me. Tell him to whack me. You can give him a description. I'll be wearing this probably. So if you want to put a hit on me, go for it. So anyway, yeah. Now it's time to get into the more personal stuff. I guess I do have a story. I did actually write my first. I am in college right now. I started college about a month ago. So I did write my first English paper on video games. How I actually got into video games. I might consider putting that into a blog post for my personal blog or extra project, which is just to be announced. I'll try not to spoil the extra project. Yeah, I'll give you a brief summary. I wrote about a 5-page and a bit of a 6-page paper about how I got into video games. I guess I'll share that with you. I'll give you the summary. Like, it all started when I was 4 years old. So that was about 1997 or so. And some of my earliest memories were watching my dad play Super Mario 64 after he came home from work. He'd play about 30 minutes a day, and my sister and I would watch him. And I would be awed just watching my dad play. And every time, it would be a fun time watching him play, all that stuff. And at the end of the 30 minutes, he would turn it off and go about doing his work and stuff because he's a busy guy, and he still is a busy guy. Yeah, he's always busy. Yeah. So yeah, my sister and I always wanted my dad to play more. It's just, we want more, Daddy. We want more, Daddy. Yeah. So side note, if I do get emotional, sorry. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. So my dad would turn off the turn off the 64. He's like, we want more, Daddy. I said, no, sorry, kids. I have to do work. So we would just skulk back in our rooms, disappointed. But one night, I just didn't want to wait for the next day. I went out there and I turned on the 64 by myself and started playing Mario 64. Great. I was 4 years old, so I fantastically sucked at playing. But I liked it. It was fun. So I guess that's the genesis, how it all began. Wordplay, yeah. How it all began, really. So from that point on, I knew I would play games. So throughout the year, my childhood and early adolescence, I would continue to play games. But somewhere along the line, I didn't really like playing games anymore. I still did because it was something to do, Just sort of became automatic, autopilot. I would just go in my room after school, do my homework, then I would play games for whatever amount of time. I would go to bed and repeat the next day. On the weekends, it would just be the same thing except without school or homework. So it would just be the same thing day in, day out. I just basically got bored of games. I still did them, played them, but yeah, I did sort of lose interest in them for a while. But then when I was 15 years old, and I know 4 to 15, that's quite a jump, but this is the second event that kind of shaped me who I am. I know I make a lot of weird movements and stuff. I don't know what to do when I'm in front of a camera. Sorry. I'm used to being on the backside, talking to commentating. Not used to this, talking to nobody. Well, you, I guess. I know you like finger pointing. I'm gonna jab you with my finger. Yeah, close up on my finger. That was lovely. But yeah, but time I was 15. I just basically was done. I just sort of wanted to stop playing games, you know. Just sort of became too automatic, kind of like a job. That my family didn't really have internet. We had dial-up. Yeah. I told you I'm 19, so yeah, we still had dial-up. We had dial-up. My family still had dial-up until just a few months ago. So I've been on dial-up. My mom and dad, at least. So I've been on dial-up pretty much all my life. I just got high-speed internet a few months ago in my room, my apartment room, whatever this is. I kind of forget. But yeah, I've been on dial-up all my life, so I didn't really get on the internet that much. So one day I just said, screw it. I'm bored enough. I'll wait for the dang dial-up to load up. So I waited a small eternity for the internet to load up, and I decided to search video games, whatever. And to my surprise, I did find stuff that, piqued my interest again. I found, back, I think 4 years ago, YouTube was still just starting and stuff, like 1 or 2 years old. So it was still an infant thing, and I don't know if Twitter exists yet. Maybe it did. I don't know. But yeah, I did find things, things that piqued my interest, like get world records, Twin Galaxies. Well, they're not so much good anymore, but that's a whole other thing altogether. That was back when Twin Galaxies was good and under Walter Day's leadership. Go Walter. Yeah, hope you still keep doing what you're doing. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I found Twin Galaxies, and I found stuff like personal blogs and YouTube videos. They were so enthusiastic about video games and stuff. Even if the opinion was negative or positive, it didn't really matter. It's just they're so enthusiastic and supported their details with good thoughts and stuff. So that just sort of sparked something inside me and sort of reignited my passion, so to say. So yeah, after exploring the internet a little, I got off. I went back to Super Mario 64, and I got a new light on it. I started looking at things differently. The spark was there. I really felt like playing the game again, So yeah, I wanted to play it, and I started looking for different things. So instead of just playing the game, I looked for stuff like fastest routes or good strategies or unique strategies, and just trying to learn the game altogether, look for nuances. I had a new thing I was going for. So it gave me a new purpose and stuff. And then when I joined Twitter a year later, when I was 16 or 17, when I got my phone as a Christmas present for my mom and dad, I know, yeah, this phone, and this is the phone I'm using now to record this. So yeah, I got a 2 or 3 year old phone right now. It works, gets stuff done, so I used to do everything with. But yeah, I did join up Twitter. Well, I was on Twitter before, but because of the dial-up internet, I couldn't really use it. But since I got on my phone, I downloaded a Twitter app, and yeah, I found some good people to have game discussions with, and that helped me bolster me further. Like, I could play games and talk about them, sort of like do Twitter Let's Plays and stuff. I would talk about the games and my feelings as I was playing Twitter, stuff in 140 character bits. That's things I do. I'll talk about that later. So yeah, that sort of inspired me more, so to say. And that led me to where I am today. So I've been on Twitter for about 2 years, I guess. That's where I've been, kept my presence the longest. I've been on YouTube for about a year, and I'm still not any better than when I started. And I've been on my blog for about a year, although I've been on a 6-month hiatus from that. I haven't posted anything since March. But yeah, and the Retrocore podcast, which I'm a veteran of 4 episodes, I've been brought on starting episode 64. Weirdly enough, which I'll get into later. But yeah, that's sort of like a short version. If I get a good grade on it, I might consider posting it from my English professor. I might consider posting it on my blog or on the secret project, you know. Yeah, I just gave you sort of like a short version or whatever. In my English paper, I kept Twitter out of it. I just said social networking because, like I said, I do got the thing about keeping real life and internet life separate. Keep that separate. But yeah, that's sort of like the gist of how that's sort of like a basic idea. I know this profile is turning into a full-blown profile. I still got a few more talking points. I hope you're still listening, because I'm really pouring my heart out a little. I don't really get emotional, but oh well. But that's just like some background, a little bit of background. So I guess we'll talk about a little bit of my gaming interest, so to say. So yeah, if you can't tell, I'm on the Retrocore podcast, so I do tend to lean toward older games. Although I do prefer all games in general. I will happily play anything. My policy is to look for the fun in games. Doesn't matter whether it's good or bad or rip off or just plain. Just look past all the flaws and try to have your fun with it. Even if the game is broken as all crap, just try to find that moment where this is actually fun. You know, good games, it's easier to find those, but bad games, it may be hard to find them. But just look past. That's why you play games, right? To have fun. It's an entertainment device, you know. That brings up a whole other argument where I don't get people that complain all the time. Blah blah blah. That's something else altogether. I don't want to give away too much of anything. That'll be on my personal channel, my personal vlog series. But that'd be one of my talking points for that. But yeah. Yeah, I try to look for the fun in games. I try to make every game fun. Even if I find the game boring, I try to make my own fun out of it. You know, I would bring up some examples, but I want to try to stay as neutral as possible. I don't want to bring up some fire hate right now. And it may come up during some of my videos, but that's about it. But I want to keep this profile video as neutral as possible. But yeah, I do tend to lean toward the more retro, older games like 64, PS1, Dreamcast, and earlier. Although some of my favorite games are also on the PS2, GameCube era, and I do have a pretty good favorite couple of highly liked games on the current gen as well. Current gen, but yeah, which I may or may not talk about. But yeah, let's say I do tend to lean toward older games. Like I said, I prefer platforming, racing, and puzzle games. I prefer them usually, but I will play anything. But I do tend to stray away from first-person shooters and RPGs. First-person shooters just, once you played one, you played them all. That's how I feel. But I know that's not true. I do get fun out of first-person shooters, like I said, but it's not usually the one I go for first. But I do get my fun out of them. But yeah, like I said, that's what I go for. And the RPGs just go really slow for me. Grinding. That's all. That is all. Grinding. Grinding kind of ruins it for me. I don't mind the battles, the required battles, the boss battles. Those are the fun parts. Grinding for hours and hours and hours. That's the part I hate. And it kind of relates to Pokemon. I hate the grinding, but I like the battles against people. But again, that's a different talking point for one of my other vlogs, one of my other talking points. But yeah, that's sort of my typical interest. And I guess my favorite game. Well, if you know me, I'm watching my personal channel. You know I like Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, he was even conceived around the time I was born. He's 21. I'm 19. He can drink. I can't. But yeah, my favorite game is Sonic the Hedgehog CD. I mean, I really, really like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I do think it's as of now, the better designed game, but there's just something about Sonic CD that just captures my interest more, you know? Now, these aren't solid. I do tend to flip-flop my answers once in a while. That's why I do sometimes information is subject to change once in a while. But yeah, my favorite game is Sonic the Hedgehog CD as of now. It's the answer I usually go to. I actually don't like picking favorites. I tend to stay away from picking favorites. And that's why it goes to why I don't really like to rate games either. 1 to 5, 1 to 10, A, F to A, whatever. F and the A, F to A to F. I just do play it or not. That's usually the extent I go to. But yeah. It's just something about Sonic CD. And the thing is, though, Sonic CD was probably one of the last later Sonic games I played. Because I did have a Genesis when I was growing up. But yeah, I was 3 or 4. The first console I remember is the 64. That was the first one I got. I got as a Christmas present. We had the Genesis and the NES. We didn't have a Super Nintendo. I also had a Game Gear instead of a Game Boy. I would get a Game Boy Color later. So yeah, I was a Sega to Nintendo guy, I guess. Of course, I was less than 5 years old, so I don't think I'm responsible for my interest at that age. Now, since I sort of got a better developed brain and stuff, I can have more control over my general interests and stuff. So yeah, but yeah. I did like the 60, but yeah, I do have I will talk about this something else, but yeah, Sonic CD, and it goes into my favorite series as well. My favorite series is, well, Sonic the Hedgehog. So that wasn't obvious either. Even though the Sonic games have varied in quality, especially in the more recent years, it just feels good. The platforming just feels good, man. I get that feeling that I don't get from other games, you know. Just something inside me feels good when I play a Sonic game, good or bad. Just a main game or a spin-off. It's just something there that I can't describe, you know, that feeling. It's just there, makes you feel good, but you can't describe it. But yeah, I'll talk about Sonic series. Like, I did have the Genesis. That was weird. I did have the Genesis, and I also had it came bundled with Sonic the Hedgehog. It's back there somewhere. Yeah, that's my game wall. I do have games over there too. I have games everywhere in my room. So that's my game wall. This is probably where most of my vlog videos will take place too. But yeah, I did have a Genesis. It was one of those bundles that came with Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, I did play Sonic the Hedgehog. That's probably one of the first games I played, even when I was 2 or 3 years old. And I remember being kind of indifferent toward it. I mean, yeah, it's a game. I go fast, go to the right. But again, I was 3, 4, 5 years old. So Super Mario 64 is actually the game I liked. I was like, because I remember the 64 is the one I have the most earliest and fondest memories of. You know, but yeah. So yeah, I would get the GameCube Sonic games. Well, I didn't have a Dreamcast. We couldn't afford the Dreamcast and stuff. So my console history went from Genesis, NES to N64, Game Gear, Game Boy, to GameCube, and PS2, GBA, then Wii, and DS, then PS3, and 360. That's how it went. So in the earlier days, I was more of a Nintendo, Sega guy. And I didn't get into the Sony era until PS2. I didn't even get into the Microsoft era until 360. So yeah, from now, I did go back and get a lot of games. You know, I have I got a bunch of Genesis games. I do got a stack of NES games hidden behind them too. I got Sega Saturn over there. I did have the Sega Saturn. I got the Sega Saturn at launch too. Yeah, my family was one of those suckers. I got one of those beasts at launch. Sega Saturn, good old Saturn. Saturn has some good games on it. I think it's an underrated system, you know. But again, that's a whole another argument I can get into on my vlog. I think that Saturn is a fairly underrated system. It has some pretty darn good games on it. Although Saturn graphics are probably the worst aged 3D graphics. But again, another argument, but still. Yeah. The first Sonic game I remember having thorough experience with was the re-release of Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube, which is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. That was the one I became the most familiar with, and it's like, hey, I kind of like this. Looking on it now, Sonic Adventure 2 is kind of, I mean, you only play as the Sonic for 3 or 4 levels. You only get to go fast for 3 or 4 levels. It just kind of defeats the purpose of the game. But again, another argument, I still like Sonic Adventure 2. I like it, but if I look at it subjectively, it probably isn't the greatest game. But again, another argument, I like Sonic Adventure 2. And then, again, for some reason they released Sonic Adventure 2 before Sonic Adventure. It's weird. Sonic Adventure Director's Cut. So yeah, I got that. Of course, I did like Sonic Adventure as well. Again, Sonic Adventure has probably aged worse than Sonic Adventure 2, even though you have more levels where you get Sonic. I think it's kind of aged somewhat worse, but still, I still like Sonic Adventure. But then I would get the Sonic Mega Collection, for the GameCube, which has all the Genesis era Sonic games pretty much, minus the 32X and Sega CD ones. So it's no Chaotix or Sonic CD, which gets into why I like Sonic CD more if I had the least experience with it. But again, I'll get to that. So I got Sonic Mega Collection. All right, I get to play the old games. I get to see what I didn't get to see when I was younger. So I popped that sucker in and played all the games there that day. So I went in order. I played Sonic 1. I sort of like, yeah, this is all right. It's a game. It feels like Sonic Adventure, kinda. Because remember, like I said, Sonic Adventure is the one I was more familiar with, so that's what I was comparing it to. And then I went on to Sonic 2. All right, 2 players. It's Tails. You can play 2 players, and there's a versus mode too. Oh, that's interesting. But I didn't really feel like it. They were games I liked them, but still, I didn't really feel it. It didn't really click with me until I played Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which you had to unlock it. But still, I played Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. I remember renting Sonic 3 a while back when I was younger. Back when the Blockbuster still existed. Yeah, our town had a Blockbuster. It went out of business 2 or 3 years ago, so no more Blockbuster. But I remember renting Sonic 3 a while back and remember liking it more than Sonic 1. I played Sonic 3. Yeah, this is what I remember. Sonic 3 is 2-player competition mode. You got the 2-player co-op, and then I saw Sonic and Knuckles. So, Sonic and Knuckles. Shouldn't it be called Sonic 4? But yeah, I played Sonic and Knuckles. And yeah, this is pretty awesome too. But I sort of had the feeling that they were in the same style. It's like Sonic 1 has a different style. Sonic 2 has a different style. Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles sort of had the same style. They have the same HUD, same shield monitor, same sound effects for the most part, usually. Sort of similar sounding music. So I felt like they were half of the same game, you're probably yelling at me. It's like, no crap, Sherlock. But remember, I was just getting into the Sonic series at this point. So once I played through Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles enough times, I unlocked Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Oh yeah, I had Sonic Jam on the Sega Saturn, so I played that too. I forgot about Sonic 3 and Sonic Jam. Yeah, that compilation was for the Sega Saturn. Was the compilation to have before Sonic Mega Collection. Sonic Mega Collection basically made Sonic Jam defunct. Although there are some nice extras on it that only Sonic Jam has. But you can probably find on YouTube nowadays, but still. But Sonic Jam, I have fond memories of Sonic Jam too. That's where I truly got introduced to the Sonic series. But again, I was too young to get a full opinion of it, really. So yeah, but yeah, when I played Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the Mega Collection, that's when I got it. It's like, holy crap, these games go together. That's when I realized it. It's one big game. Holy crap. this is one mega game. So yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was the Sonic game that sort of got me more into Sonic. You know, more than Sonic Adventure 2, more than Sonic 1, more than Sonic 2. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the one I sort of clicked with me. But when I unlocked Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I beat that game once a day or so for about a month, and then I proceeded to beat it about once a week for a year. Yeah, I really like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So if you watch my LPs of both Sonic's and Knuckles side, I pretty much got that game memorized to a T. Along with the other 2D Sonic games, but I got Sonic 3 and Knuckles down packed because I played that game so many times. And Sonic 3 and Knuckles was just awesome. The levels were double the length of Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. You had a mini boss at the end of the first act, and you had the Robotnik at the end of the second act. That was the usual structure. And you had the special stages. It's sort of unique special stage. I kind of like the Blue Sphere more than the other special stages. And you can play co-op through this whole game as Sonic and Tails. And you can play as Knuckles in the Sonic 3 zones and Tails in the Sonic and Knuckles zone. So yeah, that was really awesome, you know? And the game just blew me away. The transitions between the acts, the nuances in the music, the checkpoints, just everything about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, just holy crap. And Sonic 3 and Knuckles was probably my favorite game at that point. Because I really like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That led into me getting to know the other Sonic games. So when I got Mega Collection, probably around 2003 or 4 or so I had work to do. I had most of the major ones at least. I had Adventure 2, and most of the Genesis games. And I would go on to foster my current affinity for Sonic, not in that way, you know. So yeah, I do like Sonic. I would probably call that my favorite series because, again, and that leads into Sonic CD. You know, because Sonic CD is probably one of the Sonic games I have less experience with because I didn't have a Mega CD. I didn't have a PC. Well, I had a PC. Like I said, my mom and dad's PC was dial-up and stuff, and it was Windows 95, so I could barely get that to run anything. I did have Sonic R on it. Yeah. By the way, I wouldn't get experience with Sonic CD until Sonic Gems Collection, which came out in 2005 for the GameCube, I think, 2005 or 6. That's my first experience with Sonic CD. Even though the GameCube version, Gems Collection version of Sonic CD does a few things wrong, which I won't get into. It butchers a few things. But yeah, Sonic CD was pretty fun, you know. It felt like Sonic 1 or 2, which I wasn't. I felt kind of bummed out because I really liked the Sonic 3 and Knuckles layout better, but the time travel mechanic and the 4 different levels per act sort of got to me. The amount of exploration you can do, and it still retained that flow of speed. You know, some people would argue that the flow is kind of broken because of the exploration, but again, I'm not here to argue anything. I'm just here for my personal experience and stuff. Yeah. Sonic CD was to be my favorite game, and Metal Sonic, you know, Metal Sonic, you know, I really like Metal Sonic. It's my Twitter icon, if you're on Twitter. Yeah, holy crap, I've been talking for way too long, but yeah, and just consider this as an extensive profile. I originally was only supposed to go to 5 or 10 minutes, but this is an extensive profile. If you're still watching, I pity you. But yeah. I don't know. I'll see what Chris has to say. I might talk to him. But yeah, Sonic CD is really awesome. The Sonic Boom, as cheesy as it is, it was awesome to hear that. You know, and the American soundtrack is very nostalgic to me, even though I do prefer the Japanese Sonic CD. Yeah, Sonic. I prefer the Japanese Sonic CD soundtrack. The U.S. soundtrack does hold some memories for me because it's just the first one I heard and one I sort of grew up with, kind of. You know, for 6 years, if that counts as growing up with something. So I didn't get to hear the Japanese soundtrack until I got the 2011 HD re-release on PSN. Yeah, I got that too. Look me up on PSN if you want to challenge my times. But yeah. Also, I got to know Metal Sonic because Metal Sonic's my favorite video game character because Metal Sonic's awesome. Yeah. Metal Sonic. Yeah. Yeah, Metal Sonic. He's Sonic, except he's made of metal, which makes him automatically 100% cooler. According to his bio, he's faster than Sonic and stronger than Sonic, but somehow he still loses to him, which is kind of a bummer. So basically, Metal Sonic's a better version of Sonic. And it's always good to be the bad guy, you know. And Metal Sonic doesn't take crap from Robotnik either. He's been known to break off from Robotnik, even though Robotnik made him. He's been known to break off. He's sort of a rebel. That's what I like about him. He's probably the most neutral character out of everybody. I always like neutrality and independence. I've always liked that. And he doesn't need to talk. Metal Sonic don't need to talk except for the end boss of Sonic Heroes. Spoilers. It's a 7-year-old game by now. If you don't know the end of that game by now, too bad. I saw him beat it. I saw him beat Sonic Heroes, so I'm not one to talk. Yeah, Metal Sonic's my favorite game character. Metal Sonic. Yeah. He's awesomest. Yeah, he's better than Shadow. The original fake hedgehog. Not Silver Sonic from Sonic 2, not Mecha Sonic from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Metal Sonic from Sonic CD. It's my favorite. So, yeah. But just playing Sonic CD just clicked. You know, the levels are big in their own way for Sonic 3. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is just long levels, which was fine, good. Sonic CD was different variations of each level. 4 variations. And that was big in a different sense, you know. But yeah. So I kind of like the exploration element of Sonic CD more than the more linear style of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You know, even though the Sonic games are usually linear in general, but Sonic CD felt kind of more open, you know. That makes more sense. But yeah. So yeah. And I guess one more thing, I'll talk about my favorite console. My favorite console is the 64, probably. You know, yeah, I like Sonic games, but my favorite console is the 64. Again, even though some of my favorite games are on the 64, because I grew up playing them, because the 64 was my system. It's the first one I got. Mario Kart 64, Paper Mario, Super Mario 64, Perfect Dark, and Banjo-Kazooie F-Zero, and I have to look at my wall back there to see what I got. And Mario Party, Super Smash Brothers, and Star Fox. Yeah, don't forget Star Fox. And Zelda. Didn't really get into Zelda, but yeah, it's, again, different thing. Oh, Pokemon's Stadiums, and Pokemans in general. Pokemon Stadium gave me a reason to play the Game Boy Pokemon's games, Pokemon. But again, another detail, but yeah. The 64 is my system because the first one, the first new, quote-unquote, new system I got after I was born. The 64 holds a lot of fond memories for me, you know. So yeah. I still regard the 64 as my favorite system. Even though I hate the controller is just weird. It has some of the best games and some of the most fun multiplayer experiences I remember having. You know, the classic 4-player system. You know, too bad. I didn't really get to play a lot of multiplayer. It's just me and my sister usually. Even now, I don't really get to play a lot of local multiplayer because I'm forever alone. Too bad the 64 isn't online. Never really get to play with anybody. But yeah, maybe I should wrap this up. So, yeah, this is a 40-minute profile. Kind of extensive, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to Chris about it. See if he'll break this up. But yeah, if you want to get to know me more, you can check out my personal channel on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter. If you want to contact me, I prefer Twitter, then YouTube, then Backloggery, my blogs, and the rest down there. I'll put everything down in the description below where you can find me. But yeah, it's because I prefer Twitter more. I'm at ThatZooooooooo. I'm ThatZooooooooo everywhere. You probably figured that one out. So yeah. So that was sort of like a lengthy profile. I know it's sort of saying little profile. A lengthy profile on me. I wasn't expecting to go this long. So yeah, it's a pretty lengthy profile of me. So yeah. So be sure to follow me on my other places, to follow the Retrocore channel stuff, and follow I'm the New Blood. I hope you continue to look forward to videos and stuff, solo content from me and with you guys. So yeah, we're going to 40 minutes now. I should probably act this up. And if you have any additional questions, you can ask me too. Respond in the comments. Since Retrocore channel isn't mine, I won't get the comments personally. And probably you might have better luck asking me on Twitter or or commenting on a similar one of my videos on my personal channel. But I do try to check the Retrocore channels, my videos, so in case I need to respond to comments. Oh yeah. Like I said, college has been getting in the way of my internet stuff, so I've been less active. But I try to be active on Twitter and YouTube the most, and backlogging. Like I said, I'll put everything down there. So yeah, I should probably end this more. Hopefully this will inspire the other guys to make profiles of themselves. I know, yeah. Hopefully this is kind of fun, but yeah. So that's probably awkward. I'm not used to talking like this, but yeah, I should probably end this. So yeah, see you later, Retrocore kids.